Buckle up because everything is moving fast today. First, President William Ruto is facing a massive political and economic dilemma as the government moves to roll back fuel VAT by 3%. While this decision aims to ease pressure on citizens, it is simultaneously creating a dangerous hole in the national budget that the Kenya Revenue Authority will have to navigate through the 2026-2027 fiscal year.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
In other news, a high-stakes legal saga involving a Rock Falls garage shooting has finally come to a close. Emilio Castro, one of the three men originally charged with the attack, has secured a plea deal that drops his more serious firearm charges in exchange for a guilty plea on burglary, while co-defendants Ethan Heminger and Baraka Boards have also accepted their own plea agreements to avoid lengthy prison sentences. The music world is buzzing as Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Chairman John Sykes announces the largest induction class in nearly 40 years. With 18 honorees making the cut this time, Sykes is addressing the growing backlog of legends while also answering tough questions about why iconic voices like Mariah Carey were snubbed by the voters yet again. Finally, get ready to scream because the Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets is officially set to open on May 26th at Disney Hollywood Studios. With a new track list featuring a collaboration between the Electric Mayhem and Kelly Clarkson, plus new audio animatronics, this is the refresh you have been waiting for. If you want to keep up with these stories and more, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for all our latest updates. Imagine standing at a crossroads where every single turn comes with a heavy price tag. That is exactly the dilemma President Ruto is currently facing. A massive shakeup has just hit the energy sector, and it's sending shockwaves through the national budget. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority has officially slashed the VAT on fuel from 16% down to 13%. But while that might sound like a breather for your wallet at the pump, it's a potential nightmare for the government's bottom line. Think about it. You are looking at a major hit to KRA's collections not just for this quarter, but right into the 2026-27 financial year. It's a classic rock and a hard place scenario. How do you ease the burden on the people without cratering your own revenue projections? It's a delicate balancing act that could define the economic stability of the country for years to come. What do you think? Is this a necessary relief or a fiscal gamble? Let us know your take in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of these unfolding financial stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't forget, the devil is always in the details of the next budget cycle. Imagine you're at a late-night garage party, just enjoying the night, when suddenly 3 masked, armed men burst in and turn your evening into a nightmare. This isn't a scene from a movie. It's the chilling reality of what went down at a Rock Falls residence last June. And now, the legal fallout from this terrifying incident has finally reached a conclusion. The case involved 3 young men, 19-year-old Emilio Castro, 19-year-old Ethan Heminger, and 22-year-old Baraka Boards, who were accused of crashing a private party, holding guests at gunpoint, and even pistol-whipping victims. The chaos culminated in gunfire as the trio fled the scene, with stray bullets even striking a nearby home. It was a brazen display of violence that left the community shaken. Initially, these men were staring down serious felony charges, including aggravated battery and aggravated discharge of a firearm, crimes that could have carried up to 15 years in prison. Yet, in a twist that has many questioning the system, all 3 suspects have now secured plea deals. Heminger and Boards entered guilty pleas back in February, while Castro's case wrapped up this week, with his original shooting charges dismissed entirely. Instead, all 3 men walked away with 30 months of probation and 180 days in jail. It brings up a tough question about justice. When does a plea deal become a slap on the wrist for such violent behavior? What do you think about this outcome? Is this a fair resolution, or did these suspects get off too easy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay updated on local crime news and the stories behind the headlines, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember, peace of mind is fragile. Always stay aware of your surroundings. Ever wonder what really happens behind the closed doors of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Well, the latest class of inductees is officially the biggest in nearly 40 years. 18 artists are heading for the stage, and the man pulling the strings, Chairman John Sykes, says we are finally playing catch-up. I recently sat down with Sykes to peel back the curtain on this massive shift in strategy. If you've been paying attention to the recent inductee lists, you've probably noticed a trend. The 1980s are having a massive moment. Sykes admits that after years of focusing heavily on the 60s and 70s, the committee decided to modernize. By bringing in younger voters, they have finally started to shine a light on the decade that MTV built. But it's not just about changing the era, it's about going back to the roots. Sykes is adamant that the hall isn't trying to change what rock and roll means. They are returning to its original DNA. Think of it as a collision: blues, gospel, country, and the raw swagger of the pioneers. It's an amalgam, not a genre, and Sykes makes it clear that he's pushing the hall to reflect that diversity of sound and gender more accurately than ever before. Of course, the drama is always in the snubs. I had to ask him about Mariah Carey. Despite being a songwriting genius who defined a generation, she's still on the outside looking in. Sykes isn't playing the blame game, though. He's quick to tell you that there's no secret backroom politics here. It's a democratic and often grueling fight between expert committees who debate for months to get their picks on that ballot. What's the takeaway? The Rock Hall is evolving. Whether it's giving props to hip-hop trailblazers like Queen Latifah or finally honoring the collaborators behind the solo acts, the goal is relevance. Sykes calls it a gift to oversee this, but he's clear about one thing: the Hall of Fame isn't going to become an old person's club on his watch. So, which legendary artist do you think deserves the call next? Drop a comment below and let me know who you're rooting for. After all, if the history of the Hall has taught us anything, it's that persistence eventually pays off, even if it takes a few decades to get there. Ever wondered what happens when the chaos of the Muppets collides with the high-speed intensity of Hollywood's most iconic thrill ride? Well, buckle up, because the Rock N roller coaster is getting a radical makeover, and it is officially welcoming the electric mayhem to the driver's seat. Forget everything you knew about the original Aerosmith experience because, on May 26th, Disney's Hollywood Studios is hitting a brand new high note. The biggest shocker. Kelly Clarkson, the reigning queen of the song Thief, is officially teaming up with the Electric Mayhem. It's a match made in musical heaven, and honestly, if anyone can steal a show, it's Kelly. She's joined by a star-studded lineup of collaborators, bringing a fresh energy that feels like a clever nod to the park's old American Idol roots. But this isn't just about the music. Disney has completely transformed the Q experience, turning G-Force Records into a treasure trove of cameos. You'll be navigating through the studio under the watchful eye of Scooter, the band's frantic manager, while Penguin audio engineers handle the mix. Yes, actual penguins. And if you're a superfan, keep your eyes peeled. You might just spot some legendary Muppet history hidden in the architecture, including a psychedelic new paint job on the massive Stratocaster guitar marquee that pays homage to Fozzie's iconic Studebaker. The attention to detail is staggering, especially with the introduction of the first-ever audio animatronic of Scooter, and perhaps more importantly, the long-suffering Beaker. Let's just hope Beaker survives the launch sequence without another laboratory disaster. It's funny, in an era where we crave nostalgia, this rebrand manages to feel both brand new and comfortingly familiar. It's the same heart-pounding thrill ride we love, just with a lot more felt and a much cooler soundtrack. So, are you planning to be there for opening day on May 26th? Let me know in the comments which Muppet you're most excited to spot in the studio. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the latest pop culture shake-ups. After all, sometimes you have to lose the guitar solo to find the soul of the ride.